Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Spencer Glasgow here. Just want to appreciate you tuning in. Again, this channel is specifically for anyone who is seeking to start an online business or to exponentially grow their online business, whether that be a physical products business, whether that be coaching, or that's selling affiliate products, or that's selling any type of service or product on the internet. Again, I have my own 7-figure business that I've started from scratch, and I want to help you guys truly get to the place where I was when I was able to truly skyrocket and take off within a matter of weeks, where I was just going through this arduous process to try to understand how to make an online success, how to make a successful online business, so that I didn't have to go get a 9-to-5 job to be tied down. I mean, that was my whole goal in starting my online business, was so that I could have the freedom to essentially do anything that I wanted. And I've been able to get to that point now, and it has been so rewarding and so fulfilling. And again, the goal here is to help you guys not miss out on, years and years and years. I mean, it's taken me about roughly just over 2 years until I got to the point where things just skyrocketed up in growth. When I learned every single underpinning, like I talk about, the underpinning of the model to build a successful online business. Now, again, a lot of people might be skeptical. Is this a good time to start one? There has never been a better time, honestly, in my opinion, to start one now, just because of the uncertainty. There's going to be fewer people that are going out to launch businesses. If you go look back in history, the greatest companies, Apple, Microsoft, these companies have been created during Facebook, during challenging times, during challenging financial times. So I really encourage you, if you're on the fence, just take the leap, just go, because the worst case scenario, you're going to learn. But my goal in this YouTube channel is to truly help you through every single step to be able to get to the point where you can take $800, you can take $6,000. Personally, I don't think you need more than $10,000 to start an online business. And again, online business can kind of sound like there's some sort of stigma around it. Again, this is a real business. If you're selling courses, if you're selling physical products, if you're selling on Amazon, if you're selling the affiliate products or any kind of service. Again, I want to help you understand the full picture, because there is so much content out there on the internet. It took me literally 2 years of going to mentors, of buying courses, of searching YouTube videos, and just going out there and trying and failing. There is so much information, it can become overwhelming. The goal here is to package everything up in a tight bundle on the YouTube channel. When you reach out and comments to me, if you DM me, if you email me, to help you get on the fast track, to help you put all of your ducks in a row so that everything can run succinctly, efficiently, but most importantly, profitably. And then at that point, scaling so that you can get to the 7 or 8-figure range, which is completely doable. There's never been a better chance, again, to be able to get to these levels in business just with all the resources that are online. So the number one secret to starting a successful online business, again, any industry, any niche, anything out there, is to become a specialist at online conversions, an online conversion specialist. And what that entails is, number one, being able to drive traffic. Now, you've probably heard this term, traffic, getting people to your website. This is specifically running ads. This could be SEO. This could be a blogger doing an Instagram shout out. There's a number of ways to get traffic to your website, and I had tried a number of those. I had tried going out to bloggers and go spend $1,000 and get a bunch of sales, but then it would just die off after a couple days. There'd be this huge spike in the Shopify website, and then it would die off. Or going, and having an article written somewhere, and that's kind of the SEO approach, And I mean, that's more long-term sustainable for me. I like things that are fast. Again, this is not overnight by any means. This takes time, but the best way to scale and to skyrocket an online business is to run paid ads. The beautiful thing about paid ads is that you can literally start with 50 cents a day. I mean, I'd recommend maybe $10 or $15 if you're really going to start out low and slow. But you can scale into it. And from there, you're collecting data, you're collecting feedback, which is the most important thing that I missed. I wasted thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars because I didn't understand how the whole process of running paid ads worked. I just wanted to get the success. I wanted to get the results that I was seeing all these people online, with their successes, and I was just so anxious, and it just didn't make sense. And it was because I was missing so many different puzzle pieces. And again, the goal is to put the whole puzzle together here on my channel and to help you guys succeed, to help you guys understand this process, understand traffic, understand that this traffic, specifically paid traffic, is something that can come from Facebook, it can come from Instagram, it can come from Google, Pinterest, Bing, Yahoo, Tinder, Snapchat. I mean, there's so many different traffic sources. What I personally recommend is Facebook and Instagram. It's super, I don't want to say super easy, but once you get familiarized with it, and I'm going to be diving super deep into my Facebook account and helping you guys understand how to set a Facebook account up, or if you're already advertising, how to 10x, how to 20x, how to exponentially grow your account while seeing that profitable return of a 2x ROAS or a 3x or a 10x return on ad spend, to be able to get your account, to be able to get your business as profitable as possible. And Instagram and Facebook are two of the best resources at this time to really triple down on, to be able to get your business to take off and to be able to grow profitably. Now, to run this traffic, you have to have advertisements, you have to have ads. What you have to do here is you don't have to be super creative, but you just have to test. That's the one thing people don't do. They think they can throw up 3 or 4. I mean, I recommend running 10 different ads, but what you do here is you run that on a super low budget. And again, I'll go into much more detail in the future videos, but just to kind of explain the skeleton of how this whole thing works, to be able to get to that 7-figure level, is you have to be testing. And you can test at a very inexpensive cost, a few dollars per ad, just to be able to get data from the get-go. And then you're slowly scaling those ads that are proving to be ROI positive right out of the gates. And those are great indicators that 1 or 2 or 3 of those are going to last long term. I mean, I've had one ad that's run for, February of 2019. So it's been about a year and a half that this ad has been running, and it's been running profitably. I mean, once you really nail down 1, 2, or 3 ads, you can run them for years essentially. So really understanding how to build an effective ad, understanding that you need to test different creatives, which are videos, pictures, and then getting into the data. So the second thing with traffic is having an optimized website. I personally recommend Shopify. I'm not a technical person by any means. I try to do my best, but Shopify has been my platform. It's been able to get my business to 7 figures, and it's worked very seamlessly. I've used a simple template that they have, just one of their stock templates, and it's been able to produce over 7 figures in revenue within a short period of time. It doesn't have to be this big, grand, technical $50,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 website. I mean, I myself built the website. I have no technical skills whatsoever, and it's worked. So using Shopify, setting up a nice, clean site, and I'll show you some examples as we get into the channel, as we get into the content that I'm going to be continually producing and helping you guys with. And feel free, if you guys have a website currently, I'd love to critique it. I'd love to do some case studies just to help more people. So having an optimized website, and we'll go into more details, having certain apps. The biggest thing is the loading speed, the loading time on the website. that needs to be instantaneous, because there's literally, I mean, depending on the amount of traffic that you're driving to your website, there could be literally thousands and thousands of people that will leave your site just because it doesn't load within 0.6 seconds or 0.7 seconds. There's a format out there currently that will tell you exactly how many people you'll lose based on your loading rates, from 3.2 seconds down to 2.7 seconds, and just how many more people will get to your website, because they have to eventually, they need to get to your website, they need to see your offer. And if your site isn't optimized well enough, which I didn't learn almost about a year into, from when I really figured this out back in February of 2019 to about a year after that point, that the images on the website need to be optimized so that it would load faster, just different underpinnings, infrastructure within the website. And these can be done with simple apps on Shopify. So having a well-optimized website, if you're using Kajabi, for those of you that are online teachers, or if you're using Teachable, there's certain ways to optimize the website so that it loads faster, so that people have more of a likelihood to purchase from you. So website optimization is super key. So the next thing that I want to go into is interpreting data. So this is, again, one of the most important things that I failed to understand, that probably cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, just because it took me so long to finally understand how to interpret data. Now, data is essentially just metrics that you're getting from your advertisements, from your website. It can kind of sound scary and big, but I'm telling you, this is something very easy to pick up on and to understand, to process, to be able to make those data-driven decisions, again, which will allow you to scale your business maybe 10 times bigger than if you were missing certain key data points. And I'll go into this very deeply in the videos. I just want to get this out there to those of you that are, if you're currently doing it or if you're getting ready to launch a company, make sure that you understand and you're looking at and you're interpreting the raw data that Facebook, that Instagram, that your website, Google Analytics will provide you to be able to make the best decisions for your site so that you can get the highest ROI. The ultimate goal here with all my businesses is to get the highest return on your ad spend. My goal is doing a 3x return on ad spend. Some people's, it's a 5x or an 8x. It's all possible, 9x, 7x. But it really comes down, if you want to get to those high numbers, it comes down to a number of things, but the biggest thing is, again, the ads, where your traffic's coming from, and having an understanding of how to interpret the data. So those are kind of the key things, the key secrets, as I call them, to building a successful online business. And to get started, some people are going to ask this question a lot, and I want to make sure that you guys all know that to get started, you don't need $15,000, $20,000, $50,000. I believe Michael Dubin, the founder of Dollar Shave Club, started Dollar Shave Club with, I think it was like $30,000 or $40,000. That's a good chunk of change. But I know plenty of companies that started with $500, that started with $1,000, and that they're now worth $10 million, $50 million, $200 million. $1 billion. I can think of one. I believe Spanx was started with $500, so it's a pretty good ROI. So you can really start with a couple $100, a couple $1,000 to get going. If you're starting a physical products brand, if you're selling on Amazon or your website, if you're doing any of these, offering any of these services or products online, you can really get started with a very low budget, especially today with how many resources are out there. The biggest thing is just commitment. That's the last thing that I'll add in here. Commitment is by far, bar none, the most important aspect of your online business. What happens to a lot of people, and a lot of people that fail, is most of the time they didn't understand the whole spectrum, the full model of what a successful online business looks like and how you implement each and every step, because there is an order to it, or else it would just be pure chaos. And that's what I experienced for over 2 years, and I could have saved 2 years of my life, 2 years of stress, 2 years of anxiety, depression, so many challenging things if I just had the infrastructure and I had the model. So really committing every single day, whether that be 20 minutes or an hour, the more time you put into it, the more consistently, I would say, the greater the likelihood that you will succeed. So, if that's, again, starting out with 20 or 30 minutes a day, just be consistent at it and really map out a window of time. Give yourself at least 8 to 12 months to prove something to work. Go through all the checkpoints, and I'll talk more about this of how to, which business to start, what's the best model, and which one can provide the best likelihood of success out of the gates. Because I do believe that there are certain businesses that you can start with a very low budget and it can be very, very profitable from day one, by just being committed and just going through everything just going through all the steps and making sure that all those ducks are in a row from the get-go, and being consistent just every single day. The consistency is what builds the new neural pathways in the brain that'll help you gain more momentum in your business, and it just kind of happens serendipitously. It just happens on its own. It becomes second nature. The more you're in it, the more you understand things, the more just the whole model comes together as you understand the model, or else you could be turning things off, turning things on, implementing things, not implementing things, missing something or adding something in that wasn't needed or that was needed, and it can only potentially be detrimental to your business. And so really just understanding these things are so critical. So that's it for today. I hope this was valuable for you guys. Really appreciate a thumbs up if this was valuable, and make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be offering a ton of value, millions of dollars worth of value, from my experiences, from my entire process, from ideas on a piece of paper to a 7-figure business. And if I can do it, you guys can do it. You just have to stay committed. And I kind of wavered when I got started because I was just fearful, and then I was like, let's do it, and committed, and then I kind of backed off. And so just if you have something you want to pursue, if you have a business you want to start, if you want to be able to leave your job, have more freedom, and be able to get in a position financially where the sky literally is the limit, then I would like you to commit. Just commit. Just try for 8 to 12 months and put in an honest amount of work, an honest effort, and things will turn out. Things will work out in your favor if you do that. So that's it for today. Appreciate you guys. I'm really looking forward to working with all of you who are viewing this video and who are on the channel so far. So make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions. I will be in there answering them. I'm super excited to help out, and we'll see you on the next video.